Next up is Cece versus... Oh. Cece versus Kazane, and that's surprising. I did not think Cece would be doing that. Also, since it wouldn't be coming up in recording in the first game, with the plays I did on the turn I rode Percival, I technically misplayed because I could have Legion instead of calling the other unit from my hand. But oh well. It wasn't game breaking at that point. So if Cece can win this match, then it'll be 3-2 for us. And if she loses, it'll be 3-2 for them. Technically, we still have another match. It's not a 5v5. Technically, I want there to be a 6th match specifically for the reason in case that were to happen. Uses World Line Dragon skill. Check the top 5 for a Starvator by discarding a reverse. And she gets a proper ride. And Glendios in the drive check. I was kind of hoping Cece wouldn't resort to Glendios just to win this, or just to fight, but if she feels like it helps, then she feels like it helps. If there is one thing I know about her, it's that she's not going to want to feel like she let anyone down here. Kind of was a misplay to guard the very first one, but she had no way to know that. Cece's opened up the gates from the... Okay. He could have used a 10k shield to know past that, but he decided not to. And because of that, Cece gets to get any reverse unit that she wants from her deck to her hand. And she chooses the Murakuma one. Hayaki Vogue reverse. Cece no guards and gets heal triggered. Answers back with a draw trigger, so that means it negates the trigger that came up before. Melissa wouldn't have been able to hit if not for the trigger. Because it got negated by Cece's trigger, Melissa couldn't anyway. I can't tell if Melissa is a boy or girl. Only because Melissa's face is drawn very male-like. Glendios locks, and an Omega lock is possible as well. No, wait, no it's not, because she doesn't have 4 damage. Ignore me. I guess she locked just to have one less attacker next turn. And double trigger happened. All the effects are going to Venus, and Venus attacks. The hand difference is amazing. The damage difference means something, but... And Kazane technically misplayed because Kazane had every ability to... Kazane had every ability to Legion right there and decided not to. If I was Cece, I'd take this. Just to get at 5. Just to get to 5 damage. Never mind. Heal trigger. But Omega Lock is online. That was the unit that she got uh from the Magnet Hollow. Oh, and she does have a reversal Omega Lock. Oh yeah, reverse cradle. Yep, that counts. And she got 2 reverse units back to her hand. I think there were only 2 in the drop zone at that point, reverse cradle and Luquier. So those were the ones that she got back. And she's sort of equalizing the overall advantage here. Cece can attack Melissa, but there's not a whole lot of point in doing that right now, considering that the unit that gets put in its place would literally be better than Melissa. If Kazane is going to replace it, better to let Kazane replace it through retire and replace, as opposed to you attacking it. And now is the time where he decides to Legion. Could have done it last turn, but I can only assume that Kazane had a reason not to. Otherwise, it was kind of a misplay. Witch of Brooms Caraway. I mean, I guess this deck doesn't use that much Counterblast, and the Counterblast 2 draw isn't bad. That's just not optimal. Honestly, that is just not optimal. So CC Perfect Guards, which is a very good decision because Perfect Guard happened. I mean, because Critical happened. And she needs 15 to guard the next one, but I'm pretty sure she has it. Yep, that she does. So let's see what CC chooses to do here. She has to be right back. While this is happening, I'll just mention that the witches on the Genesis side, you've already been able to tell how different they are from the ones on the Shadow Paladin side. The main one, as far as I can tell, I'm pretty sure it's the main Witch of White Snake Mint, with its ability, you can Soul Blast 6 and give the Vanguard 10,000 power and 2 front row units 5,000 power. And now Cece is doing a triangle lock, and now making it an Omega. Meaning Kazane has literally no ability to strengthen his field. Heal trigger happens. Omega Lock is still in place though, because it was activated at a time in which she could do it. Kazane only has 1 attack now, and because of the triangle lock, Cece has no reason to guard. Unless Cece is afraid of a double critical. And it looks like Kazane wants to increase his chances of getting triggers. She no guards. Let's see what happens. Okay. A double critical is impossible. No criticals at all. No triggers at all, actually. And by doing that, Kazane just gave Cece limit break all over again so she can Omega Lock again. I'm gonna take a wild guess that with Cece's setup, she probably could lock 2 units in one turn when she gets to 5 damage. Until then, she's probably just gonna keep Omega locking for as long as she can. And there we go. 2 more reverse units are coming back to hand. One is probably going to be used for the Omega Lock. Cece is going to have a very difficult choice next turn, actually. Because she actually does have the option to let the Vanguard hit again. And get Omega Break, and get Ultimate Break. But if he criticals, then she'll lose. If I was Cece, I probably would have retired Photon to do that. All the effects going to Lucriere because it gains another 4k, so that's going to hit for 27. Forcing 20k guard. Right now, Kazane only has 1 unit that isn't locked. And he's going to Legion again. I think he wants to put back all of his crits. Because he needs to try to end it next turn. Yeah, he put back all of the crits that were in the drop zone. Hoping Cece is aware of that he's trying to make his deck mostly crits. So that he can take her from 4 to 6 very easily. Attack redirection card. By retiring that unit, she changes the target of the attack. Probably going to make into Venus Trap. So that Photon can move up. Slightly unfortunate for Cece. Why is she so... Okay. I was going to say, why is Kazane Soul Blasting 4? Oh yeah, it didn't attack the Vanguard. It didn't attack the Vanguard, so it doesn't get that skill. Cece's actually exactly right. That is really sneaky and clever. So there's another discard. Unflip one, and she's gonna attack. In this case, I'd put it to Photon, and that's a reverse. So another Omega Lock is guaranteed for next turn. Cece attack with the weaker unit first. Force a perfect guard out. That's weird. I think Kazane at this point is just trying to win the war of attrition. Because rewriting legions and legioning over and over like that isn't helpful to him in the case of what he needs to do. Unless he's doing it to build soul, which he has to soul blast 6 for that. Okay, so he said it's just 20. And if I was okay. If I was Cece, I would have intercepted the 2 pass, but she wanted to make it a no pass, and she was right to do it. When Mint attacks, it asks if you want to add 10,000 power to the Vanguard. He chose yes when he should have chose no. Or more to say, that's what I'm left to assume happened. So Cece Omega locked again and is going for another attack. He's got a 2 pass it. A perfect guard appears, so Cece has guard for the next turn as well. And he's probably going to take that. So getting close to the danger zone here. 20 or 30, that's still getting perfect guarded. Critical appears. His deck is probably more crit than unit now. And the saddest thing is I think he runs 8 and 4, but his deck is more critical than anything right now. And now she's just going in for damage. Which she's at the point where that's what she wants. She's going in to do damage. She wants that damage. 2 to hit. All the Lucria reverse. Dauntless Domination. Does he have 10k? Does Kazane have 10k to guard? Yep, has 10k. So the units are going to be unlocked after this, but I think it's past the point of that meaning something. And now it's not. I don't think Kazane knows that. Okay, yeah. The unit's all unlocked now. And there's Dauntless Dominate Dragon. Locked in the behind Vanguard booster, so if there is a next turn, Cece wants to be able to guard. A no guard. And no critical trigger. And a draw trigger on his part. Did he draw? Yeah, he did. Okay. If Cece can survive this string of attacks, then she can end it here. I mean, on the turn after. If I was Cece, I probably would have locked one of the front row cards just because of that Legion skill. Then again, he has to attack to do that. Soul Blast 6. The two front row gain 5k. So this is a 15k guard, and this is a 10k guard. Counting his triggers. 10, 11. I see 11 out of deck, which means at least one has to be in hand. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. She's making it a 2-pass. And a critical appeared. So this is going to take 20k to guard. 2 critical. Cece had 20k to guard. And that only takes 5k. How many soul does he have from here? Oh, only 3. And I haven't seen a whole lot of ways for him to soul charge quickly, so. Okay, that was why she didn't guard it. She didn't have the ability to guard it. Nor did she really need to, because she just had Ramiel to call. But yeah, I don't think she had the 5k to guard it. One way or another, I think this is the end of the match. Because he can't attack with a Vanguard next turn. Cece can. Like, literally, outside of a double draw trigger, she's gonna win. And let's see, 1 draw out. 2. 3. 4. 5. She has 1 left. So she literally has no ability to deck out from draw triggers. Because she can't get 2 draw triggers here. If I was her, I would go into battle phase and just start attacking. But I think she's counting her draw triggers at this point, just like I just did. To make sure that she has no ability to double draw and deck out. To pass. No triggers. Can she guard next turn? Oh wait, yes she can. Because the Vanguard can't attack. Now the Vanguard can attack. Unfortunately, I think Cece just lost because that happened. I think that was the best top deck he could have possibly gotten in that situation. Good game. That was a really close fight. That was an amazing match. Next game.